Check this out. Check this out. Check this out.
Have you ever felt like you're in a loop? Have you ever felt like you're in a loop? Have you ever felt like you're in a loop? Have you ever felt like you're in a loop? Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Ignace Aleya, and welcome to the CreatorGalaxy.com space station. Here in space, we are experimenting with intergalactic filmmaking skills and visual effects. In today's video, I will be showing you how to create a loop where you fly through your smartphone and start all over again. And no, we're not gonna do it in Adobe After Effects. We're gonna do it entirely in Adobe Premiere Pro.
Woo!
Crazy. So if you want to follow along with this tutorial using the exact same footage as me, you can. I will put a link in the description below where you can download my footage. And yeah, let's get started. So this is the footage that we'll be working with. You can see there is a lot of reflections. We do have some crosses on the screen, but because it comes a little bit closer to the screen, they kind of blur out and they're kind of hard to see. So we're going to optimize that and we're going to track that and replace the screen and then loop it and zoom in there and do all that crazy stuff in Premiere. So the first thing that we want to do is drag this into a new sequence. And first, I actually want a still frame of my video with my video being in my video, with my video being in that video, in that video, in that video, and in that video, and in that video, and in that video, and in that. I will duplicate this video layer. So I'm going to click on it, hold Alt, and drag it on top. And now we have two video layers. Actually, I don't need my audio for now. I'm going to right click and unlink it. Or is it unlinked? There we go. So I have my two videos separate, and then we go to effects, and I'm actually going to be using the ultra key effect here, which is a quick key here in Premiere Pro. I'm going to use that on my video right here, and then go to my effects controls, and then here we have the key color, and then we can choose our color here from our green screen. Obviously, it's not going to do anything because the other video is beneath it. So what we'll do here is scale it down to something like 10%. And then click on a motion, and then we can reposition this like right here, and then zoom in a little bit just to fill the screen. And there we go. And we can then rotate it a little bit to kind of match it up with perspective. And there we have it. So now we have already one video in this video. What you could do now is duplicate it once more and scale it even smaller and continue doing this process like we just did. But that's a lot of work. All I'm going to do is click on this video, and I'm also going to add the ultra key effect here. I'm just going to click here on the green, and it's going to make it black, which is going to make it more subtle, and you're not going to see that far in the distance anyway, because we're going to zoom out from here. I mean, we have this video. Of course, it's not tracked, so all we have to do here is click on this export frame button. So I'm going to click that, and I'm going to rename this to still. Then export it to your path, and then click OK. And I'm going to override it because I already have it. And then I'm going to import it again. Import my still right here. And then I'm going to click on my video and bring that on top of it. All right, so now comes the interesting part. Oh, wait a second. We don't have a tracker in Premiere Pro. Oh, wait a second. We are actually working together with an industry standard software, which is already integrated in Adobe After Effects. You might know it as Mocha AE. It's completely for free, and it's integrated in Adobe After Effects if you have your subscription. But you can also have the Mocha Pro version, which allows you to do even more advanced stuff, more awesome tracking and rotoscoping. And the most important thing, it's also available in Premiere Pro. So that means you don't have to jump into Adobe After Effects in order to track your scene. So that is what allows us to make this entire video in Adobe Premiere Pro with Mocha Pro from Boris Effects. You know, even my coffee machine uses Mocha. Mocha. And if you're interested in Mocha Pro, you can use this coupon code to get 15% off. I will put links in the description below. All right, so we're back in Adobe Premiere Pro. So we're going to drag our video on top of our still image here. Now we're going to effects and search for Mocha Pro. We're going to apply that effect to our video. And then in the effects controls, we want to go to module renders. And here we can just go to the insert layer and set it to video 1. Now if we go back to Mocha and open it up, we can zoom in here on our phone, and with the X-Spline tool, we can just drag around our phone and try to have as much detail of our phone as possible. Maybe a little bit of your fingers as well, as long as they don't move. And then right click to finish your selection. As you can see, I'm probably using a different interface as you. You have the essentials and you have the classic. I prefer working with the classic just because there are a little bit more options to work with, and I'm familiar with this for years now. So the next thing I want to do is go into my track. Right here you will see the minimum percent of pixels used. It's currently set at 90. I'm gonna set it to 95%. And then I'm also going to check on perspective right here. And all I want to do now is track forward. And by the way, with the Z you can zoom out, and with X you can move around, so you can actually follow up if everything is moving nicely. And right here we can see a little mistake, so we'll go back to our beginning, zoom in and see what the problem might be. Try to give it a little bit more structure here. Maybe a little bit more of the finger, and zoom out and start over again. We do have a lot of reflections here, so that might throw off our track, but usually Mocha is a very powerful tracker which does a great job at keeping consistent. Right here we're kind of throwing off, so what you can do is right here zoom in a bit and just make it a little bit bigger here. And continue to track. Because I do want to keep it consistent.
The tracking goes pretty quickly, but not as quickly as our Sonic video from last week. Did you go and check it out? It's pretty cool. And fast. I'll wait, I'll be here. Ah, you want to see this one? Okay. You can watch it later, it's okay.
So towards the end, we do lose a track once the entire screen is filled, which is okay. But we do see that the track did a perfect job at keeping our track going on, even though we have a lot of reflections going on here. And then go back to the first track point right here and then just track it backwards. Alright, so once you've done your entire track, all we want to do now is replace our monitor. So to do that, you have to go to, if you go in Essentials, you can probably go right here to Layer Properties. For the Classic, that's just right here already. But right now we don't need that yet, so we're going to zoom in here a little bit, and then we're going to click here on the Show Planner Surface, and we're going to make a rectangle around the green screen here. And just try to make sure that it's exceeding the green a little bit, just to make sure that you don't have any spill later on. And I'm also making it a little bit higher just to have that 16:9 aspect ratio, which my phone doesn't have. It's a little bit wider. So we're going to click on the grid here to see if the perspective is right. And then looking at the edges, seeing if the perspective is okay. It looks kind of good. Okay, there we go. And then we want to go into the layer properties, and insert clip, we're going to choose the grid. And now you can just play back this entire video and see if the track is sticking well to my phone. And up until the screen is almost like filled, it's doing a great job here. So right here we want to end our track. We can go to movie and then just set the out point here. And just make sure it's exceeding our video here. Okay. Next, we want to replace that with our actual image. So in the insert clip, we're going to choose our insert layer, and there we have it. And here I do see that the aspect ratio is maybe a little bit too much, so I'm just going to lower it just a tiny bit, kind of eyeball it. And there we go. Okay, so this should be a kind of 16:9 which looks great. And if you play it back, it will be tracked to our entire video. And then lastly, what you can do is go into the insert, and right here we have a render module where we can activate the motion blur. And this is just going to look at our clip's motion blur and convert that onto our image so it looks more integrated into our shot. And now we can go and close Mocha. Okay, so by the way, if you don't have Mocha Pro and Premiere Pro, you can also try to use Mocha AE in Adobe After Effects, which will also give you very good results. It's just an easy way to stay in Premiere Pro and do everything in here. So that's completely up to you. Okay, so once you've done that, we do want to eliminate the edges. So to do that, I'm just going to duplicate my original footage. So I'm going to hold Alt and drag it on top. And then right here, I want to delete my Mocha Pro effect, and I want to use the Ultra Key effect. So I'm going to search for the Ultra Key, apply that to my video. And then for the key color, I'm going to choose my green color here. And immediately we'll have already great results. So I'm going to zoom in here. Okay, so now we're going to check it back to fit with the entire, to the viewport, and do a preview, which is still not as fast as a Sonic video. By the way, Hoot Classic Television, on the last video, you commented that you can get this chair on Staples. It's not true. No, you can't. I checked. Sorry. Okay, so right here, it does morph if we see it, but it's tracked very nicely onto our screen. And actually, the reflections are amazing, so that's great. Of course, closer towards the end, we do get a warp here, and that's entirely my fault just because it's getting closer to the camera. It's a lot of blur. It's a green screen with not too much detail, but that doesn't matter. Actually, I didn't want that last part in the first place, so I'm just gonna delete that and just cut it off. So right here, I do like this. So what I'll be doing here is select everything, right click and nest it. What I hate about nesting is it's pre-rendered, it's completely rendered, and right now it's gone. Don't you hate that? Seriously, like I have to render it again. So at the beginning here, I'm gonna click on a keyframe for position, scale, and rotation. And then towards the end, I wanna just zoom in on that screen, reposition it until it fills the entire screen, and also rotate it to be kind of horizontal. And then we'll Alt drag this on top and towards the end, just like one frame here. So we have one frame overlap. Now we want to set this to 50%. And here we want to uncheck the uniform scaling and create a new keyframe for the scale width. And at the end, we want to create a keyframe with the same value here. So it's 148. And here we want to kind of scale it up and reposition it to look as close as possible to our previous result. Okay, so right here it does look okay. So we're gonna cut off that frame. And now if we're gonna play this, well, set it to 100% opacity, because if you look at it, 100, and then also uncheck the keyframes here, we now have like a seamless transition into that scene. Okay, so let's preview this. Damn, oh, so smooth. Oh my God, I'm so proud of myself right now. Okay, so I forgot to add the audio part here, so I'm just gonna drag that under that and then right click, well, make it same size, right click and link it. And actually, if you want this to be entirely loopable, because we now just animated this to the beginning of the end, and at the end is the same value, we can just delete the first part, bring this in the beginning, and then bring this at the end, Alt, drag it here, and do it as many times as you want. Now if we're gonna play this back,
Damn.
Right? Yeah, I did it again. Pretty proud of the result. It's looking pretty dope. What we will do at the end, if you want, or if you don't want, you're still gonna do it. You're going to just go to presets, buy our camera shake preset, and then use it to make it even more realistic, because right now it's on a tripod, or it's just to get a little bit more smoothness in there. We can just go to CreatorGalaxy.com.
CreatorGalaxy know what?
And then we will just right click, nest all of these. Okay. Save it. Always save. You don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be him. And then drag a camera shake on there. And then pre-render it once more. Just one more time. And it will be like... What? 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 Do it?
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Pretty close? Are you gonna do something like that in the edit? Cool.
Did you tell them the code for 15% off?
No, that's this coupon code. 15% off for Mocha Pro. Link is in the description. Yes, look at that. Because we have a subtle camera shake on there. It looks like it's flowing into the next scene and to the next scene like nothing is happening. It's like continuous. And that's what visual effects is all about. Adding a few things to fix everything. If your video looks terrible, add noise, add camera shake, add some color grade, and it will always fix it. Or just apply anything from CreatorGalaxy.com and it will look epic. Okay, so that was it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely go check out Boris Effects. They have awesome things, Continuum, Mocha, which is my favorite tracking tool. It's just my go-to for most of these things. And I'm so grateful that they wanted to work with me on this video. It was super awesome having you. I hope to see you in the next one. Take care and goodbye. By the way, have you seen our previous video? It's pretty cool and pretty fast. As I said, it's faster than the renders. And yeah, so Sonic. It's pretty cool. You can check it out. And definitely subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to stay notified when I upload new videos. Alright, so that's it. I'm out. Take care. Goodbye.